guys, HaxerTech here for another video, and today we're going to be talking about a new face mask. I did a video previously on the Synovia mask, which I still really like, but since using that mask, I actually started using a new mask, which has since become my main mask. Now, that doesn't mean that that mask is not good. That particular mask is a little bit more expensive, and it does have a longer life cycle technically, but I wanted to make sure that I got a diverse range of kind of testing in with some different masks. And so this is the second mask that I really did some in-depth comparison on, and I've grown to like it very much. This is actually my main mask that I'm wearing right now. So I wanted to talk a little bit about it. This one is called the VO mask, or the Viral Off mask by Everbrand. And this is actually a really good budget option as well, because the Synovia mask, it is, I think, about $60 or $70. This one is much more inexpensive. It's $20, and you get 3 for $20. So as far as deals go and for budget value, this is definitely a no-brainer. This is a really great value, much more inexpensive than the Synovia, and there's some things that I actually prefer about it as well. So I wanted to go ahead and show that mask. You can see on the screen here that I do have sort of a picture up of what it looks like, some of their branding. And I wanted to show you kind of here what the mask looks like. So I'm just going to kind of put this in a frame here. Similar to what you can see here again on the image on the screen there, on the website, but you can see on the inside here what the material looks like. There's a couple nice things about this mask. It's got a nice metal bendable kind of nose arch here that you can actually remove too, which is something that's very unique. So I'm going to show you here. What I can do is I can just easily remove the metal piece here, and it comes with additional inserts for this particular mask. So at any point in time you can actually replace this insert with new little metal inserts there to kind of go around your nose. I'm going to go ahead and put this mask on. Alright, and then on the back here, firstly I would put this and adjust this around, bridge my nose. I would move this up a little bit. You can kind of see how it fits here. Now, compared to the Synovia, I was able to play around with it and get it to fit over my nose pretty well and to prevent fogging, but this one actually does a better job for me. The funny thing is I tested this one, and again, I do like both masks, but I actually prefer this mask only because it's bigger for my face. It has a little bit better cupping over my nose, and it also does a really good job of securing around the ears. It doesn't have any kind of discomfort or anything around the ears, which is really nice, and you can very easily adjust it to whatever tightness level that you want to do. But also you can push this up a bit further, so if I push it up all the way up here, it does a better job of kind of preventing any kind of fogging. So, you know, I can get a little bit out if I really breathe deep, but like in general, when I'm kind of breathing, when I do a little bit of breath there, nothing really comes out. I have to really breathe hard to force the mask up a little bit to be able to get any kind of fogging of my glasses, and it does work pretty well with them. So you can kind of see what it looks like here. You can see, like, as I'm breathing in and out, the mask goes in and out, which is good, which means that I have a pretty good seal here. So again, that's why I wanted to talk about this particular mask, because for the value here, for $20, you get 3 of them. There is a shipping charge, but I think it's like $10, so you might spend maybe $30 on 3 masks, or if you want to get more of them, then of course that's going to decrease the per mask kind of cost there. Looking at some of the branding here, I'll go ahead and take the mask off for now. Actually, before I go over some more of the branding here and look at more of the stuff on the website here, another thing I did want to show you here is the bag that comes with it, which is kind of a unique thing. So the bag that comes with it, it's not just a bag that you would put the mask in to store. It's actually antibacterial as well. It's treated with the Viral Off technology that the mask is treated with. And so what you'll find is kind of how they talk about it here. It's treated with this Viral Off technology that does kill viral particulates. And so you can see some of the things here it talks about. It's rain repellent, so the outside material does resist water and especially any kind of droplets, respiratory droplets. You can wash this in the washing machine. Personally, I do not do that. I just hand wash it. It's pretty easy to do so, and especially since you can remove the metal insert, it's very easy to wash it. I didn't have any issues with breathability. It was pretty comfortable to wear. I would not recommend this for exercising because it does form a very good seal, and it's this one feels like it's definitely giving good protection because the material is very thick. I also did notice with the Synovia as well that it was a little bit thinner. Now I have seen their research and some of the studies they've done. It's a little bit thinner. It definitely does prevent moisture from going in and out, and that's one of the things I noticed is even though it is thinner, it does seem to do a pretty good job with repelling moisture on that one as well. But this one's just a thicker mask, plus it repels the water. So again, that's kind of one of the reasons that I prefer this one, and it's much cheaper, so it's a really great budget option. And so here you can see it's treated with a high dosage of 2% antibacterial silver, which means with these different kinds of metals that they can use in the mask, whenever a virus or a bacteria or some kind of particulate is kind of getting into the mask, it's going to prevent it, it's going to inactivate it, or can kill those molecules, or those organisms rather. And then it kind of talks about the metal bridge that you can use there. Again, that prevents the fogging of the glasses, which I tested and does work pretty well. It's got 4 layers built in, and they do have a 30-day return policy. A couple other things that I didn't see mentioned in the initial part here is I believe it says it's good for 25 uses. Now again, I'm directly comparing this to the Synovia because that was the first mask, the first really good reusable mask that I tested. And for that one, it's good for, I believe, the last I checked, around 45, 50-ish cycles or something, so it was about double this. But this one comes with 3 masks. So that would be 25, 50, 75, like 75-ish washes, I think, if you're just using all 3 yourself, or if you're sharing it with family. They've got some videos here that kind of shows what you can expect here. They talk about the bag here. And I don't know if they're still selling it. They did have a little strap that you could use that had buttons on it. I don't think it's available currently, but they did have a little strap that you could put in the back of the mask that kind of fastened it so that you had full surrounding of your head in the back. Also is useful if you wanted to kind of have it over your neck, if you were kind of wearing it and you only wanted to put the mask on when you were around other individuals, for example. But just something to note. I'm not going to talk about that too much since I don't see that it's available right now, but they do sell this with the mask, or with the bag rather, and I believe it does come with that bag still, which is really nice because since it's treated with that same technology, when you put the mask in the bag, it helps to kill bacteria, viruses, any kind of organisms that are existing on the mask. It helps to inactivate that by using the bag, which is much better than if you're just putting it into a traditional bag where you could be spreading organisms and really potentially infect other kind of items. You can contaminate things. So that's a really smart and good idea, I felt like. So those are the main things here. I'll kind of go back to the final description here. I think I covered all of the gist of it, but again, I really like this mask. It's very comfortable. I've washed it probably about 6 or 7 times so far. I haven't had any issues. It doesn't have a bad smell or anything, which the other one, the Synovia, didn't either, but this one definitely never had any kind of a bad smell or anything, so I was pretty happy with that. But again, just it fits my face really well, and I did have to replace one of the bendable kind of metal bridges just because it was getting bent so much. I replaced one just to get a fresh little metal bridge, and it's very easy to replace those. I think they gave me like 4 or 5 or something separate, so you've got plenty of different metal bridges that you can replace in there. So it's a really great mask, and again, only 20 bucks, so it's a really good deal there. Just to mention as well, another thing to consider here, why this is really a good thing to consider right now, is obviously with the UK and other variants of COVID-19 which are coming around. I've noticed that a lot of different organizations, a lot of different airlines and companies are no longer allowing for cloth masks to be used. And something like this is going to, this is not a cloth mask, this is a filtered mask. I believe it does talk about the efficiency here, but I believe when I looked at it, it was at least 95% safe against different viruses and things of that nature, but it has a pretty comparable filtering level to if you were using an N95 mask. So as opposed to cloth masks, which I believe are somewhere in the range of 50 or 60-ish percentage range of filtration, this is going to be very close to the level of filtration that you're going to get with an N95 mask, which is very good. And another thing I tested, I will have a link in the description to, as I did with the Synovia mask, one of the people on YouTube that does a really good job of comparing different masks and that kind of technology. So I'm going to have a link to her channel in the description for you. But, you know, I definitely wanted to kind of give a little bit of an idea of what you're getting with this mask. Again, with an N95 mask, it's going to give you that good filtering technology to be able to prevent any kind of organisms from getting through, but they're disposable. You're only supposed to use them for one use. This one can be used many times. Like I said, again, I think it was 25 times last I had checked the messaging there per mask. So you've got many usages that you can get out of it. And plus, when I had tested it, I wanted to comment that I did just spray a little bit of an aerosol in the air with a potent smell to see if it really reduced how much I could smell of it. That's not exactly, you know, necessarily a scientific test to exactly determine how well it's filtering, but it does give you a good idea if you can smell, you know, for example, Febreze or something, and it doesn't really reduce the odor, then obviously you're getting a lot of particles kind of coming through. Now specifically this is talking about particles related to COVID and smaller particles, so it should do something. And when I put this mask on, I made sure that the seal was very tight. I noticed that any kind of smells that I would normally kind of notice were definitely reduced when I was wearing the mask, which tells me that it is at least filtering to some degree the air externally, which I like. And again, there's no replaceable filter here or anything that's built in the mask, so you use it. If you've used it for a long time, and maybe you've gone through all three of the masks, then eventually at some point you might want to get another set. But again, at least for 25 uses, you're going to be fine. It's been tested for that, and it's very inexpensive compared to a lot of the other options that are out there. Now, this is not available on Amazon right now, so you can only, as far as I know, order on the website. But I did test it out, and I ordered mine. I did get a discount from the vendor, but I did pay the shipping cost, and so I was able to get this to review. So thank you to them for being able to give me a discount there. But it was very easy for me to order on the website, and you can see here that they do have different sizes available, small, large, and they have kid sizes available as well. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I just wanted to talk about this particular mask, give a little bit of my thoughts. Again, this is by Everbrand. I will have a link in the description to where you can purchase this mask and some of their other products. They have some other great products that use the same viral off technology, which is great at effectively reducing any kind of virus contaminants or organisms that could linger on textiles, essentially, but in this case, you know, our mask. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, but otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.